Yay, I'm so excited. We are in studio. First of all, it's Lulu and Lala from KTU, and we have Nicky Youre in studio with us. Nominated
for
Song of the Summer
for the
with
VMAs.
your song, Sunroof.
Yes.
How does that, I mean, I'm sure you've been asked 1,000 times already, but we want to know.
Yeah,
How
absolutely.
does that feel? Like, are you still living like on cloud 9 or?
I've kind of been on cloud 9 this like whole year. This whole year's been insane. But it kind of like is weird because like I'm up here the whole time, and now I'm like, if I go below, I'm like, you know, it's just a different feeling. So like it's just been the craziest year of my life, and I'm like super stoked and blessed to have it happen.
It's definitely been like a complete change for you. You know, people are recognizing you. They hear your voice. How has your family taken this? Because it's a big thing for you, but I mean the family gets affected as well.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean they like love it.
Yeah.
They're stoked. My parents are like huge supporters. My dad sends me updates on the radio stuff like every day. I'm like, dude, like I know. I get them from my team like way before you know about it. So it's
Your brother and sister. I mean, I know we have an older sister, and sometimes she's like, listen, calm down. Stop acting like you're some big. Do they bother you at all? Or are they just like, yeah, whatever? Or they're like kind of over it?
No, my brother's kind of just like, my brother like thinks it's super dope, but he doesn't like care that much. He's just like, he's just super happy for me, which I think is like the best of all of them. And then my sister's also super dope, but you know, they're all just like really excited, and like I don't think any of us ever envisioned a life where like I'm doing radio interviews and like at the VMAs and doing things like that. So.
And speaking of the VMAs,
Yeah.
I mean, it's a big thing. You know, it's the
Yeah.
MTV Video Music Awards. Who are you most excited to see?
I think I was most excited to at least see the performance for Lizzo, because I think she's so dope. And it was super dope. It lived up to the expectations I was hoping for. And then like Jack Harlow actually was super sick too. So it was a really cool experience, like just seeing and sitting next to like literally so many famous people.
Did you
And
get to like talk to anybody or like?
Yeah, were you secretly hoping to kind of like chat it up with like
Taylor Swift? Or
I was definitely like, so we sat in like the artist section for the
Right.
people that got nominated for things or like was a part of the VMAs. So that was really cool. And like I ended up talking to Maud's son for a little bit, who is like the nicest dude ever. And then Young Gravy was right next to me, who I did a show with him. So we kind of already knew each other a little bit, but it was dope. I mean, he brought like Sherry, Addison's mom. I don't know if you saw that. So that was just like funny to see, and like he was doing his thing, and the whole time I was like, how real is this? Like, and it,
I just feel like it's just for social media purposes.
I don't know.
Oh,
I don't
maybe
know.
not.
I don't know. I could totally be wrong, but he was definitely like, they were like at least really good friends, if anything. So
Well, if it is a real thing, I'm very happy for them. He does like older women. We had him in studio here not long ago, and he said that.
So how about for you? People from high school have seen your journey now.
Yeah.
Any like exes or girlfriends that were like, oh my God, trying to reach out to you, like, hey, remember me? Any
Or
experiences like
friends
that?
for that matter.
yeah, there's definitely, you know, luckily I haven't really had too many like people like trying to clout chase me or anything like that. Everyone's just actually like been really supportive. Which has been really cool. I've definitely had a couple people like refollow me after like all these things, and I'm like, all right, like,
Yeah, right.
peace, you know. And I realized that that they weren't even following me back, so I'm like, click, you know, and unfollow that. So,
Now, I had read that
Yeah.
you weren't really that much into like social media, right?
Yeah.
It wasn't, and then boom, your song, 8 million times it's been used, I think, or plus on TikTok and
Yeah.
Instagram. And, you know, social media is a lot. You have to keep up with it, and
For
sometimes
sure.
it could be so draining. So how are you balancing that out?
it's definitely like a learning process, a learning curve. Like I came from a place where I never posted on social media. I posted on Instagram like once every 4 months, you know, and then I signed this deal with my first team, 30 Knots and Keel, and they're like, all right, you got to post on TikTok. Like, that's what everyone's doing. And so I do that, and then it just starts going, and I'm like, oh my God, like, I got to keep this up. So I think I posted Sunroof videos like probably 100 times now on TikTok.
Are you the type to read like comments, and if they're negative, do you let it bother you?
I do read pretty much everything, at least on TikTok, just because like I want to see what people are thinking about like the new music and things like that. but I definitely get like a decent amount of hate, which is really funny because like they're always just like about the stupidest things.
That's so like I can't even fathom that.
Yeah.
You're so likable and your song is so happy and it brings people joy.
That's what makes people angry is like it makes other people happy, I think. And yeah, it's weird, but no, I definitely don't let it get to me anymore. At first, I was like kind of bummed. I was like, what am I doing wrong, you know? And you just kind of learn that you can't please everyone, and eventually, like, you know, the people that you like, I no longer care about those because I'd rather like care about the people that are supporting me. So that's kind of how I look at it. Yeah.
Do you feel pressure to throw out the next big song?
That's a great question. I definitely, at first, I felt a lot of anxiety about that. Like, how am I gonna, you know, follow up Sunroof? How am I gonna like do anything close to this? Like, even I had that with my first song that I put out with Sex and Lemonade.
Yes.
I literally almost quit because I didn't have another producer who wanted to make more stuff like that. And I was like, I'll just be a one and done, because that one like had like 500K streams at the time. And for me, I was like, I'm never gonna do that again, you know. And now it's at like 200. Sunroof's at like 250 million or something like that.
Insane.
But oops, shrunk a little bit. But no, I think now I just like am doing me, and you know, I can't expect another one of these. And if it happens, it's like sick. Like I'm doing the right things, you know. But I'm gonna just do everything in my power to like make the best music that I can, and not focus on, you know, the next possibilities.
Thing, like focus on the present. I'm so happy that you answered that way.
What can we expect for the future, though? Like, what can we expect for the rest of the year and for 2023?
Well, there's definitely going to be at least one more song this year, and then for sure. I don't know yet.
Damn it.
I'm still teasing on TikTok, and that's kind of like the thing right now. Is like a lot of artists. I know some people don't like this, and I'm not like necessarily the biggest fan of it, but it's kind of necessity, at least in the early stages of someone's career. But you like mess around and just post your content and music on TikTok, and if one goes, then it's like, that's the one. Now we know, because people don't want to take risks on like a song that's not going to do anything. At least major labels aren't. So it's like you want to, you know, make sure you have some cards played out, and
keep them wanting more.
Exactly. But there will be a lot of new music for sure in 2023, and hopefully some cool collabs.
Anyone specifically you'd like to collaborate with, or at least tour with?
I mean, I'd love to tour or collab with either of these people, but like I think Quinn 92, Quinn XCII, and Ty Verdes are like two people that I like a lot, and like their brand and everything that they do. So I'd love to do a tour or make music with either of them one day. Justin Bieber, I'm a huge fan of. I would love to do something with him at some point. I'm a big believer. I'm not even that big of a believer. I just think he's dope. So
I am a huge believer.
Yeah. Like I don't know his life stories and things like that. I just think his music's really dope. But so we'll see what happens. But I'm excited for.
Dude, I can't help but notice you have such great hair.
Thank you.
What shampoo do you use?
Like my hair's all frizzy and yours is like magically
what's the secret?
falling.
Well, you want to know the secret? It's actually to not shampoo. I shampoo like once every 2 weeks maybe.
Really?
I just like get it wet, and like, you know, if it's oily, that's when I shampoo. But your hair like eventually gets used to like not being oily, or like to the natural oils versus like shampoo and stuff. And then so like I don't like, my hair's like not often that oily anymore.
It's so healthy, and
it is healthy.
And it's got so much more volume now. My hair, when I shampooed every day, it would just fall.
Yeah, we just got our hair done. Look at it. I'm like, I can't believe it.
So nice.
Thank you. Now we're just gonna do like rapid fire. Marvel Comics or DC Comics?
Oh, Marvel.
I love him.
At least in movies. I'm not like the biggest comic guy. I think like DC probably has like cooler like stories that I've seen from comics, but like for the movie side, like Marvel for sure.
My man right there.
Yeah.
Ed Sheeran or Bruno Mars?
Oh, see, like one of my earliest memories of like knowing that I liked music was Bruno Mars' Grenade.
Really?
Yeah, because I was like singing one day when my mom was asleep, and she like woke up and was like, "What are you doing?" And
Did you nail it, or was she like, "What are you doing?"
Oh, I was hitting those notes. Come on now.
That is a hard song to sing.
So, no, I was like 8 probably. I was not hitting those notes.
So it's safe to say that Bruno Mars is kind of like the person that made you realize this is what I want to do in life.
I don't know if he's like necessarily the person, but he's definitely someone like when I've been asked like when was the first time, and like I thought about it, and like he's like one of the earliest memories I have of like really liking music and being like, oh, this is cool. Because I didn't really get into music, like actually listening to music until I was like a sophomore in high school.
Really?
And, yeah, I got into it pretty late. So like that's when I discovered like Quinn 92 and like all these pop artists that I really like. And I was like, oh, like pop music, like that's pretty sick. I could do that maybe. And then my buddy was like, let's make some of that. And we did that. And
that's dope.
Yeah.
Netflix and chill or party all night?
Lately, it's Netflix and chill. If you asked me a year ago, it'd be party all night. But I'm pretty tired nowadays.
What was the last movie that you saw, like in the theater?
Oh, it's definitely not this, but the one that comes to mind is Batman.
Okay.
And it was crazy. I went to this my hometown theater, like recently upgraded apparently, and there was like 3 screens. So it was insane. Like in certain parts, there was like things going on over here with like the main screen in the front of you. So that was pretty wild. But yeah, probably.
The most recent lie that you told.
Lie.
I mean, we all do it, you know, to get out of something. A ticket.
Of course, yeah. I'm pretty good. I don't like to lie. I'm actually, if I'm gonna lie, like I'll do the lie so that I can say that I did it. Like I hate lying. I just feel so bad about it. But it would probably be like why I'm not going to something, you know. Something easy like that. I don't like doing big lies though. Like I'll actually like go do the thing. Yeah. Yeah, just little baby things.
And your go-to karaoke song?
It's a good one. Oh man.
It's a tough one.
I know, there's so many good ones. What is that one song?
How does it go?
I'm trying to remember. I don't know. It might be Everybody Talks by Neon Trees at this point.
Okay.
Because I'm doing that in my live shows right now. And I'm hitting those notes pretty good. I'm pretty proud of that one. And there's like so much energy. It's really fun. So I like doing that right now. But like, that'll be my answer for now. But I'll come in next time with the one I'm really thinking of. I just can't remember the name or how it goes.
One reality show that you would consider doing. There's so much reality TV out there,
there's so
competition
much, yeah.
shows. Is there one that stands out that you'd be like, oh, I think I could do this?
I think I'd be down to do like a Big Brother, something more in that lane, or like a Survivor, you know, like just because I'm more into that. And like, I mean, I think doing like The Bachelor would be really fun, but I would want to do it where like The Bachelorette, so there's like a bunch of other people that I can just like chill with rather than like be alone for a lot of it rather than recording stuff. So yeah,
it's a lot of anxiety. We did The Amazing Race.
Oh yeah,
and it's like you're in a house or you're traveling and you're kind of not knowing what you're doing, but it's fun
for sure.
But it's a lot of anxiety. But
absolutely.
Dude, we're so happy for you.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Such a hit. Brings people joy. When I'm having a bad day or we're fighting in studio, we crank up that song, and we're so happy for you. Can't wait to see your journey.
Thank you so much.
Mi casa, or our casa, is tu casa. Swing on by when you have more music out.
Or whenever you want, actually.
Yeah, sounds good. We'll be back in a couple weeks and doing some other shows, and then hopefully some new music right after that. So
well, we can't wait. Nicky Youre, congratulations.
Thank you.
And Sunroof, if you haven't heard it, you're living under a rock. It's great. KTU.